Do not worry.
اليوم يا رباعي بنلعب لعبة حماسية هنا. انتوا بالبيت العبوا معانا. اللعبة هي هل هذا نشال ولا إرهابي؟ يلا نشوف سوا يا شباب.
Well, howdy everybody, welcome to episode 152 of Do Not Worry. I'm your host Anthony, coming to you straight from the heart of Lebanon. I am joined by Karine. She's here alone this week. How's it going, Karine?
It's good. Feels lonely here though.
It does. Not everyone can join every single week. We got different combinations, so this week Karine is riding solo. Folks, there's chaos in Amsterdam. The H3 drama is over. Trump has begun slapping together his cabinet, and it's pretty pro-Israel. We introduce our new international viewers to our crazy Lebanese TikTokers. And we're going to taste test the new Lebanese Mr Beast's poisonous product. He's got a juice product. He's called Maestro. We're going to be trying his juice. A couple other fun little topics to talk about. But before we get into it, folks, I just want to take a second to thank some of our brand new patrons. Abductee patrons like Zio, Wilhelmina, Batman09, Simon Ayoub, and RC207. Brand new blonde patrons like Tony Bali, Kara the Gamer Girl from Mars, Ilsham Atni, George Busaleh, Paris Ray, Deathwish Dina, Richard Fairbanks, and two brand new superhero patrons, G and Bader, or Bator. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on Patreon. It is the only way and the best way to support us. If you guys want to see how you can support us on Patreon, there's a link in the description. Look through the tiers, pick one that's right for you. We did a Zoom call with the patrons like a week ago. It was super fun. We got to meet a lot of you guys, and I plan on doing a second one very soon. We're also going to be filming a Patreon exclusive segment at the end of this episode. So patrons, you get a little bit of extra content. So consider supporting us on Patreon. A lot of these episodes are getting demonetized because every time we talk about war or genocide, YouTube isn't very friendly with that stuff. And we're not getting any sponsorships right now because of the war, and we're not looking for any sponsorships. So Patreon is the best way to support us. So we really appreciate you guys. And let me thank our God tier patrons as usual: Rifat Fakih, Elia Al Mujabir, Jessica Ann, Jack Sleeman, Siso Hayek, Dominic Selzer, Tamara Isa, and Google Sensors. Thank you guys so much. A couple of other superhero patrons like Melting Around, Maroon Bouslaymin, and blonde patrons like Jad Al Haj and Ahmad M. We love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And be sure to follow us on Discord as well. We're doing Zoom calls for patrons, but I'm also going to be doing stuff on Discord. Sometimes it's going to be on Zoom, sometimes on Discord. So make sure you're there as well. So before we get going with the actual episode, I just want to wrap up the whole H3 thing. Are you sick of me talking about H3?
I'm not sick, but like some of the people in the comments are like, you're really milking this H3 thing. And it's like, well,
look,
it's fine, guys.
We're not milking it. Look, the reason this is important is because Ethan legitimately has a massive platform, millions of Instagram followers, millions of YouTube subscribers, and they went after my actual friends. They went after Frogan, they went after Capri, they went after Raf. They've been blocked on Twitch for a few weeks now. He's been going after Hasan. So honestly, I saw it as my responsibility and other smaller creators like myself to not just sit there and shut up and let Ethan get away with this and let him smear some of my close friends and trying to get rid of Arab creators and get them deplatformed. So I don't know, I thought it was very important for us to actually try to fight back and show the audience that Ethan and Hila have been making a lot of problematic comments and that they might be considered Zionists. I think I've actually been able, and I don't want to sound too cocky, but I think I've been able to deal a pretty significant blow to the H3 podcast by clipping and sharing this clip of, and we talked about this last week, of Ila defending Yoav Gallant, the Israeli defense minister. I'm not one to usually clip video clips and share them on Twitter out of context to get people in trouble. But again, these people have been going after my friends. They've been trying to deplatform Arab creators, and they've been just calling us racists and anti-Semites. So I kind of had to go after them, and I saw it as my responsibility. So I was watching one of their episodes. I noticed something that Hila said that was extremely problematic, and Ethan joined in. Let's just watch that again, because this is the clip that basically got Ila off the podcast.
Him and Bibi talk a lot, and Bibi's become a lot like Trump.
Yeah, Bibi's his guy. They're like homies. Bibi's celebrating last night.
Just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about, and he fired him because they had a disagreement, and that's so Trump coded.
Well, he was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
And he got rid of him, or at least a more moderate voice. I don't know anything about the guy. Just recognize his picture. He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No.
So this clip reveals so much. It reveals that these two Israeli citizens that have been commenting about politics for the past year and calling everyone a racist and an anti-Semite, They don't know shit about politics. They don't know shit about their own government and their own country. Ethan admits that he doesn't know anything about Yoav Gallant, his own minister of defense. Ela there's like, yeah, I think he's a good guy. We don't really follow the news. Then Ethan had to clarify on Instagram that like they don't really both know much about the guy. So like it was just kind of absurd. So I clipped it. I shared it online. Hasan got to see it. Let's just watch this clip, just the first few seconds one more time. I love hearing.
But yeah, I saw this as well. This is from the Don't Worry Pod, the guys in Lebanon that I platformed before.
We love you.
And BB's book.
So that's my tweet. As you can see, Hasan saw the tweet. Hasan reacted to it. Ethan saw Hasan reacted to it. He went crazy, etc., etc. Then they released this sort of statement. Let's just watch that really quickly.
What he said and what he's done should very well be investigated by the International Criminal Court. And if he's found, he should submit to an investigation. If he's found guilty, then charge him. But what I am saying is that I think that while Ela misspoke and said he's a good guy, her intention was that, you know, this guy is trying to end the war. And I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page.
He's not
as that being a good thing.
I feel like the reason I brought it up was mainly to express the frustration with Bibi and him firing the one guy that was somewhat, you know, attempting at moderation. It wasn't really so much to say Gallant is a good guy. I shouldn't have used that word. That was a bad choice on my part, considering stuff that he has said that I was not even thinking of. Really coming from the concerning feeling of like, we have Trump in office and Bibi just fired the guy that is opposing him. That's all I was trying to say, but I do understand that was not a good choice of words and I would not have said that again. So I'm stepping away for a little while from being on camera and being on the podcast. It's too much and it's not fair for everybody. And yeah.
Oopsie. So part of me, like I would say 2% of me feels a little bit bad, but like she made those comments, horrible, tone-deaf comments. They were still like defending him, like, yeah, he wants to end the war. He doesn't want to end the war. He's just like, it's completely ridiculous. So the clip that I clipped and shared on Twitter literally got Ela off of the podcast. I don't think there's any more I can do personally here sitting in Lebanon. You know what I mean? I think I've done my part. I've made a long-ass episode expressing why I've stopped watching H3, my problem with them. We followed up on the story for like another 2 weeks. I think it's done. They released an episode on Monday. As far as I know, Ethan didn't mention Hasan. He didn't go after any of his fans anymore. He's just going to try to take it easy because their views are dropping. Like they're dropping like a stone, man. Look at this right here. Their last 2 episodes are struggling to hit 600K. They normally do that in like just a couple of days. They've been struggling to hit even 800K. None of their episodes in the last couple of few weeks have hit 800K. It's funny. There's even like an article. Ela Klein steps away from H3 podcast following controversial remarks. I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is all like my fault.
I just find it kind of funny. It took her saying that Gallant was a good guy for it to be considered like a controversial remark and for her to step away. She said worse shit.
They said a lot of fucked up shit. Like
she
called Ramallah a terrorist city, like a whole bunch of. I don't know why this is the one. I'm just happy. Look, who cares? This is the clip that did it. Okay, I wish it took Ethan down as well, but like, hey, who knows? Hopefully they can see the light one day and like they can wake up and like at least apologize for their comments or at least, you know, connect with the audience and be like, hey, we know what you guys were talking about. We finally understand what you guys were upset about. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not watching the show anymore. And I know that a lot of you guys aren't as well. So it's done. As far as, unless Ethan, you know, goes back to attacking Frogan or Hasan or something, we're not going to talk about this anymore. And we've done our part. So you guys are welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome, America.
I don't even know what to say at this point, folks. Okay, I'm sorry. Ethan just won't stop. Okay, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. No more H3 updates. I thought it was over. Ethan said back to fun episodes. They didn't talk about anything on Monday. Then right after we filmed our episode on Wednesday, Ethan went on and did another episode and literally played Twitch or terrorist. It's insane, folks. It's unhinged. I don't even know what to say anymore, but we have to cover this because it is pretty like inflammatory, and this is way worse than whatever he thinks Frogan did with the Sabra hummus thing. We just need to talk about this. First of all, so Ethan had promised an episode about, who was it? Brianna Chicken Fry. I don't know who the hell that is. That was on the thumbnail. They were going to talk about Brianna Chicken Fry. Have a good time. Halfway through the episode, apparently they pivoted to talk about Dan Bilzerian, and then they ended up switching the thumbnail to what this is now. Ethan destroys Dan Bilzerian with facts and logic, where Ethan reacted to the interview that Dan Bilzerian did with Piers Morgan, which, to be fair, is completely unhinged. Like, you guys all know how I feel about Israel and the state of Israel and all of that sort of thing, but everything that Dan Bilzerian is talking about is completely just ridiculous and does nothing but harm the pro-Palestine movement. But like, nobody takes this guy seriously. He hasn't been relevant in like fucking 5 or 7 or 8 years. Like, I can't even remember when people were looking at Dan Bilzerian stuff, things on Instagram. But anyways, Ethan ended up reading just a whole bunch of anti-Semitic comments that were left under the Piers Morgan and Dan Bilzerian interview for like 40 minutes nonstop. He just kept reading comments. And what I'm going to read to you now are comments from his own audience. And a lot of them are paying members. Anytime you see like a purple H3 badge next to the commenter's name, that means they're a paying member. They pay H3 like $5 a month to be members of their channel. And these are the comments that they're leaving Ethan. And all of the comments are like this, okay? Mark Blatt says, bro, as a 10-year-long fan, it's getting so hard to watch this podcast. Every episode is just ranting about the same thing over and over. Alex Wardlaw, who's a member, says, I was so excited for Olivia's PowerPoint, which was about the Brianna chicken fry thing, which they completely skipped over and didn't do. Grace Kennedy says, every time an Olivia PowerPoint is missed, an angel dies. Colby says, I wonder if it's time for a break. I think unplugging for a bit would do wonders for Ethan's mental health. Much love to the crew. Morty Gomez, also an H3 member, so was Colby, says, genuinely asking, as a Jewish person, how is reading 40 minutes of hateful comments making any kind of point that helps us as people? And then playing that Islamophobic game. This is wild. I can't believe how bad it's gotten, fam. Disappointed. So this person is like a Jewish member of like Ethan's H3 podcast on YouTube, and he doesn't listen to anyone. He's just completely blind to what everyone is saying. I'm just going to read a whole bunch of other comments because it is kind of shocking. And again, a lot of them from paying members, folks. Imagine you guys, like my patrons, you guys are paying me, and I'm like completely ignoring what you guys are requesting. And he does something worse later. Jupiter Spices says, I literally cannot pick my jaw up from the ground after seeing them play a game that posed a literal Muslim man against Osama bin Laden under the name terrorist. What the F? S. Vadia says, honest question, what exactly does Ethan think he's accomplishing by manically reading racist comments left by the dregs of society on a Piers Morgan video for 45 minutes? Limp Chimp says, remember, I need a change. We're going to start doing fun episodes again. Come on, bro. It's been nonstop rants for 2 weeks now. Faith from the Block, this is also an H3 member. Girl, we wanted the PowerPoint, been watching for over 5 years, and it's brutal these days. Watching more for the crew than Ethan at this point. A lot of you guys are leaving similar comments under this podcast, like you're not happy with the direction of the show, etc. And yeah, everybody agrees. Respect Vita says, this podcast is dying because of Ethan's inability to just let things go. He's extremely paranoid and has a victim complex. You're not the one dying here, Ethan. Please put your comedy podcast back on the rails and stop silencing the fans who make you successful. Here's another H3 member, CJ. We didn't even get Olivia's PowerPoint. I just wish this show would go back to being enjoyable and supporting its crew's creativity like it used to. Kinda regretting having a membership, man. Another comment, Robin, says, him posting that he's being brigaded by other communities when the majority of the comments are paying members. Exactly, it's kind of crazy. Andrew says, with peace and love, bring back the peace and love. Mike says, I didn't realize I was here for a Piers Morgan episode. VI, also a member. I wonder if Ethan will take all this feedback about how depressing the shows become into consideration. Probably won't. And so yeah, as you guys can see, it's pretty crazy. His own community is completely unhappy. And this is even worse. Check this out. So while Ethan was live streaming, one of his members, a member for 13 months, so multiply $5 a month by 13, and this is how much this person has paid Ethan. So at least like $65. He says, the way you're engaging with anti-Semitism online is deeply unproductive and clearly harming you and your family. Try advocating in real life. For now, maybe. Peace and love. And this is Ethan's response to this comment.
I just read a comment. Can you ban this person? C sound? Just permanently ban them from chat. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
The 13.
Yeah.
All right. Try and find them. I'm coming for you, C-Sound.
And they were banning.
Netanyahu testified.
And they kept banning people from the chat throughout the episode. Anyone who said move on in the chat, they would ban them. Anyone who threw tomatoes, they would ban them. Like, these are paying members. You can't interact with their chat unless you pay them $5 a month.
Ben says move on. You can leave. I'm finishing this.
In Israel. I mean, you're literally.
You know what? I'm going to make a rule in the chat for the mods. At any point during this show going forward, any segment, doesn't matter what it is, somebody says move on, 2-week ban. If they've been banned for 2 weeks already, permanent ban.
It's insane, the level of disrespect. Like, imagine I banned one of my patrons for just telling me the most basic thing, like, yo, take a break. This is harming you. This is bad for your mental health. But it gets way worse, folks. Ethan actually started playing a game called Twitch or Terrorist. And, like, the cover photo was a picture of Hasan Piker, friend of the show, my brother. and Osama fucking bin Laden, yo. The insanity of putting Hasan's picture next to Osama bin Laden is fucking insane. It's so fucking racist just because Hasan is Muslim. Anyways, let's just watch a couple of seconds of this fucking racist shit.
Hit me with that game show. Today, my friends, we are gonna play the exciting game here. You at home, play along. We're gonna play. Is it Twitch or is it a terrorist? Let's take a look here, guys. Start. All right, everybody, hit me with that suspense. Good. First it was Gaza, then it was Lebanon. Next, oh shit, I'm being timed. Next is the rest of the world. They own America, they own Europe. They control information.
So basically, you'll see a quote, and then Ethan has to click whether it was a Twitch streamer that said it, or if it was like a terrorist that said it. And they're all basically Muslim Twitch streamers. Now, the majority came from like whoever the fuck, like Fresh and Fit and the Sneeko, pieces of shit that are obviously anti-Semitic. But they even lumped in Frogan in there, who's obviously not anti-Semitic. Hasan, obviously on the cover with Osama bin Laden, fucking insane. And AB even voiced his disappointment. He's like, yo, I don't feel comfortable having Hasan's picture next to Osama bin Laden, and Ethan just ignored it. So yeah, I mean, it's fucking insane. And the fact that Ethan was complaining of a tier list, about a tier list that, you know, ranked people from the most Arab to the least Arab, where Sabra Hummus was considered the least Arab, and he got fucking offended, and he got these people banned off of Twitch for a month, and he made fun of it on this episode again, said that they were on sabbatical. For him to sit there and just compare just Arab streamers, even though some are pieces of shit like Sneeko and fucking Fresh and Fit, people I had never heard of before fucking H3. By the way, he fucking made these people 10 times more famous than they ever were. It's just fucking insanely racist, insanely Islamophobic. I'm done giving Ethan like any chance, not that I was anyways, but like I was hoping he would watch my main H3 video, the episode that I had done, and like maybe it would change his mind. Fuck that, yo, he's a fucking Zionist, his wife is a fucking Zionist. Yoav Galant is a really nice moderating guy. They're fucking stubborn, they're fucking stupid, they've been exposed for being idiots, and now they're just gonna dig their heels in the sand, and their shrinking base of fans is just gonna go down with them, essentially. That's it. Their own paying fans are shitting on them in the comments. Like, what more do you want? I don't even have to say anything here or try to rebut what Ethan is saying or doing, because he's doing it all to himself. He's destroying his own career. I don't have to do anything anymore. None of us have to do or say anything. He's destroying it himself. And finally, Ethan shared this on his Instagram. He took a screenshot of a bunch of the comments that I read to you guys of like H3 paying members complaining about the episode. And this is what he had to say. Do you not think I want a fun episode? Do you think I enjoy this? I do it because it's important to me. My heart and soul are bleeding right now. I don't want to talk about this shit. Piers Morgan interviewed a Nazi to millions of people, and all the comments supported the Nazi. This is significant and not normal, in all caps. I would be a useless coward to not call this out. As a Jewish man, this makes me feel extremely unsafe and uneasy, and some of you hand wave it away because it's not fun. Use the chapters or take a break from the show, because I promise you I will continue to speak my mind on this topic. The problem is that Ethan chooses to speak on this topic by being Islamophobic and playing terrorist or Twitch, and by spending 40 minutes reading just like racist people's comments on YouTube. Like, that's not productive. There are better ways to fight anti-Semitism, which again, it is a problem. But again, it's weird to focus on just anti-Semitism and completely ignore the genocide in Gaza and spew Zionist propaganda with your wife. So, I mean, have it your way, Ethan. The viewers, again, everyone sees through what you're doing. No one cares anymore. Good luck, Ethan. I promise you guys. Well, actually, I'm not going to promise that this is the end of the H3 thing, because who fucking knows with Ethan. But yeah, sorry. Back to the regular show. Trump is putting together his cabinet, folks. Now, as you guys know, I didn't vote. I'm a U.S. citizen. I refused to vote because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden started the genocide. They've provided Israel with all the weapons and money that they've needed to execute hundreds of thousands of Palestinians and now Lebanese people. So I'm not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Doesn't matter how much people try to guilt trip you online. What's up?
You vote in Virginia?
Yeah, now I do, yeah.
She won in Virginia. But like barely.
Oh, she ended up winning?
She won in Virginia, but like barely, so.
Yeah. Well, fuck it anyways. And Trump has started to put together his cabinet. Now, everyone's warning us like, oh, we told you Trump was going to be pro-Israel. And you said, like, yeah. And his cabinet picks are, admittedly very pro-Israel. So let's kind of point out some of these people. But before we get into that, actually, let me just look at, here's Joe Biden walking on some sand. This was pretty fun.
The fuck is this?
The greatest president in the history of presidents, folks. And they wonder why the Democrats lost. It's because they tried to convince us that this man was healthy for 4 years and that he was healthy enough to run for another 4, guys. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Look at that. Look at that. And look at Jill Biden, just like evil, walking next to him, making him go through all of this.
What is this? Where are they going?
I don't even know. It's just so sad. There was a funny tweet that was like, he's not struggling to walk. He's like a Fremen. He's trying to get the worms off of his...
This is how I walk at the beach when I'm wearing flip-flops.
Oh my God, Joe Biden. Anyway, so that's good old Joe Biden. Joe Biden!
Joe, we're gonna miss you.
Here's the Muslim vote. This is what it finally looked like. These are like the final stats.
Yeah.
So yeah, in 2020, 93% of Muslim Americans voted for Democrats. Only 7% voted for Trump. Now, 4 years later, 20% voted for Democrats compared to 93%. 21% voted for Trump compared to 7%. And 53% voted for Jill Stein from the Green Party. So there has been a massive shift in the Arab or Muslim American demographic. Mass exodus from the Democratic Party. Again, because of what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris allowed to happen in Gaza and are allowing to happen in Lebanon, Democrats and libs can keep trying to fucking guilt trip us. You're not going to convince any fucking self-respecting Arab or Muslim to vote for people who started a genocide. And it doesn't matter how much worse Trump makes it. It was already pretty fucking bad to begin with.
And it's like, he's going to turn Gaza into a parking lot. It's already a fucking parking lot.
Exactly. And let's just get an idea of sort of, well, who are the kind of people that vote for Donald Trump? Obviously, there's a lot of like regular people.
Please don't tell me I knew it. I
Like,
knew you were going to pull up this video.
Oh, yeah.
They just found a batch of new ballots. 40 million new ballots. Kamala Harris is president-elect.
Bullshit! She better not have.
You know what? Hillary Clinton and her are working together. They're hiding files.
What?
She's your president,
She ain't my president.
She just won the election.
A woman can't run this country.
God, not if it's like you.
Period, queen.
Oh, I get it straight.
Oh my God. So they're pranking her. They told her that like Kamala Harris actually won the election, so she just kind of lost her mind. So this is the average Trump voter. Pretty cool. No offense to anyone who voted for Trump. If anyone in our audience voted for Trump, I mean, hey.
Full offense, but like...
Y'all do you. Again, before we get into the Trump cabinet, there's also this fun video of an Israeli journalist saying some unhinged shit live on TV, Israeli television. I wonder if Ethan and Ela watch this news program in their free time.
טוב, התמונות אתמול שהכי מרגיזות שראיתי תקופה ארוכה זה התמונות של העזתים מבלים בחוף הים, ואני מחבר את זה לעוד תמונות שראינו אתמול, שעוד יותר מרתיחות ולא נותנות מרגוע לנשמה, זה התמונות של ירדן ביבס. ויש איזשהו קו מחבר בין הדברים האלה, כי בעוד ירדן ביבס, רק על זה שמשכו אותו בזקן, עוד לא חטפו, עוד לא הרגו את משפחתו, או חטפו אותם, רק על זה שמשכו לו בזקן ועשו לו סלפי, ועשו לו את כל הדברים האלה, מגיע לאנשים האלה שם מוות. מוות קשה, מוות בייסורים, ובמקום זה אנחנו רואים אותם מבלים בים, ובסטלבט שלהם,
They're at the beach, they need to die, folks.
Die mad about it, bitch.
There are no innocent people in the Gaza Strip. They voted for Hamas, they want Hamas.
חלקם ירקו על גופות של שני לוק, חלקם עשו סלפים חטופים שלנו, אין שם חפים מפשע, והעובדה שהם עכשיו מבלים בים שנייה אחת, והעובדה שהם מבלים בים, במקום לרעוב, במקום להיות מטורטרים, במקום לעבור איסורים קשים, במקום להתחבא מהפגזות, הם מבלים בחוף הים, זה בדיוק הסיפור שלנו.
She's like, Ray, relax.
He don't want to relax.
אדם רותח, אנחנו היינו צריכים לראות שם הרבה יותר נקמה, הרבה יותר נהרות של דם של עזתים.
More rivers.
שלזינגר, שנייה. למנהיגים שלהם ויגידו, תשחררו, כי אנחנו לא מסוגלים לסבול את זה יותר.
But this is like Borat, when he's like, George Bush will drink the rivers of blood from all the Iraqi children. Like, this guy is asking for, like, we need rivers of blood in Gaza. They need to be tormented. They need to be jerked around. How dare they enjoy a day at the beach, those fucking brown motherfuckers. Just casual day on Israeli news.
The most leftist Israeli, by the way.
Fun times. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, apparently that guy's probably a liberal or something. So let's get into the Trump cabinet. Let's just have some fun with that. Apparently he wants to abolish the Department of Education? I didn't even know that, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he does.
What the fuck? Let's watch what he has to say.
Of course he does.
About that.
And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. All those buildings all over the place, and you have people that in many cases hate our children. We're going to send it all back to the states. We will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. Third, we will ensure our classrooms are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful subjects. Fourth, we will teach students to love their country, not to hate their country like they're taught right now. Fifth, we will support bringing back prayer to our schools.
That's the most important part, bringing back prayer to
Jesus
schools.
Christ is our savior.
So yeah, we're not going to teach kids about the gays, the trans, nothing, folks. No more controversial books in your libraries. The Muslims in Michigan are going to be happy about that.
They're putting litter boxes in children's bathrooms.
Yeah, right.
I'm confused. How do you abolish a Department of Education? Every country has a Department of Education.
I guess he's going to give the money to the states and have each state is individually going to take care of their education. I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck this man's planning.
50% of American adults are illiterate.
Look,
Does he know that?
Look, I'm happy watching. I want to see what happens in America. Okay, I'm excited.
Like, it doesn't get worse than this, Trump. Trust me.
Here are some of his potential picks. Now, some of these have been confirmed, some of these have not. We're going to look over them. Like, for example, for Secretary of State, I think he ended up picking Senator Marco Rubio. For Homeland Security, he's got Tom Homan and Chad Wolf. All these people are like Israel first. They all love Israel. They all have pictures with Benjamin Netanyahu. It's like fucked up. So let's talk about the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. I find this hilarious. I'm going to show you guys a video, a 2-minute video of Marco Rubio basically just calling Trump a piece of shit. For like,
was it when he ran for president in
when
2016?
He ran for president, and now, like a little bitch, he's gonna kiss ass. Let's watch.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
Donald Trump is a con artist.
He's a con man. I think it's time to unmask him for what he is. A con man who's taking advantage of people's fears and anxieties about the future, portraying himself as some sort of strong guy. He's not a strong guy.
He doesn't sweat. He doesn't sweat because his pores are clogged from the spray tan that he uses. You all have friends that are thinking about voting for Donald Trump. Friends, do not let friends vote for con artists.
Hey, we don't need to finish this. Anyways, there's a lot of politicians that work with Trump, by the way, have hours of footage of just shitting on him completely. But once he becomes president, you got to kiss the ring, folks. You got to take a knee and kiss the ring. But here's my favorite Marco Rubio video of all time, and I'll never forget this because I watched this live. He was Obama had done like a State of the Union speech, and then like the Republicans have a chance to like respond, and it was Marco Rubio who was chosen to respond, and like his mouth was so fucking dry, and halfway through the speech he had to take a sip of water, but it was the most awkward sip of water I've seen in my life.
On foreign policy, America continues to be indispensable to the goal of global liberty, property, and safeguarding human rights. The world is a better place when America is the strongest nation on earth. But we can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it. In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight.
Oh my God.
The choice isn't just between big government or big business.
The way
we
he
need
like,
an account.
Let's just watch. I gotta watch the part again with the drinking.
Choices like the one the president laid out tonight.
This is like from Veep.
The choice isn't just between
because
big
he's trying
government.
to keep eye contact with the camera, and like it's a tiny little bottle, and it's like he's taking one little sip. Take 2 sips. What did that little sip do? So, anyways,
this was live.
I love it. I love this. This is why I'll always like Marco Rubio, I guess, but he's horrible. So he's the Secretary of State, completely unqualified for the job, by the way, and he loves Israel. He's an Israel kiss ass. I don't know if I have any footage of him talking about Israel, but anyways, we also have the Secretary of Defense got chosen, and he's actually a Fox News host. He's a Fox News television host. He's called Pete Hesgeth. Pete Hesgeth, or Hesgeth. Here's him talking about...
fucking name ever.
He's talking about Israel right here.
When I came here, a lot of people asked me, a couple people this morning in a press conference, what can Israel learn from America? Was asked a couple of times. And each time I stopped and I said, you need to reverse that question. The question is, what can America learn from Israel?
Oh yeah.
Period.
Oh yeah. And here's another video of him kissing Israel's little buttocks.
Anyone that wants to take the stage and talk about dual loyalty is dead wrong. What this organization represents, what Western civilization represents today, is an understanding that Zionism and Americanism are the front lines of Western civilization and freedom in our world today.
Oh yeah, baby. USA, USA.
And what better time for that relationship From the scrapping of the terrible Iran deal to the embassy move, the recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of the Jewish state, and the recognition of the Golan Heights, this president is a true friend of the state of Israel.
That's what this is.
So evil, bro. They just look evil.
It is an eternal bond, an unbreakable bond that represents faith and freedom and fidelity to historic, religious, and cultural traditions, the opposite of secularism and Islamism and anti-Semitism. I don't want to be Jeb Bush, but it's okay to clap. Just kidding.
Hilarious. I love how we
So
equated
stupid.
Islamism and anti-Semitism. Like those things are are together.
What the fuck is Islamism?
Anyways, that's the new Secretary of Defense. Let's meet our new UN ambassador, U.S. UN ambassador. I forgot her name. Hello, I'll get it for you guys. Let's see what she had to say.
Today, this means crushing anti-Semitism at home and supplying the state of Israel with what it needs, when it needs it, without conditions to achieve total victory in the face of evil.
Can you get me her name on Google? Just write U.S. UN Secretary. And the new DHS Secretary, or Department of Homeland Security. I'm not sure if this is final, but
Elise Stefanik.
Elise Stefanik. So she is our new UN ambassador, and our new DHS, whatever. Donald Trump has reportedly selected Kristi Noem to serve as his DHS secretary. In March, Noem introduced a bill cracking down on criticism of Israel on the grounds of ensuring the security of God's chosen people. So Noem doesn't even want Americans to be able to criticize Israel because apparently they're God's chosen people. So this is Trump's new team, folks. Very excited, but now, for all of those who are going to be like, but Anthony, so if you guys had voted for Kamala Harris, she would have had a much better team, and they wouldn't have been as anti-Arab or anti-Palestine. Do you guys remember a few months ago when the guy was harassing the dude in New York, the halal cart? He was like, do you know the Mukhabarat? Do you want me to call the Mukhabarat? Let's meet that man again. His name was Stuart Seldowitz. You guys
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
You guys remember this little devil?
Yeah.
Let's watch a few minutes of it.
You know why? If we killed 4,000 Palestinian kids, you know what? It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. Evil. He looks like the Green Goblin, and sounds like. So yeah, Stuart Seldowitz. This guy used to work for
Really? Okay, go, yeah. And to
President
the Egyptian,
Obama.
The Mukhabarat wants your picture.
Okay, yalla, go.
Yeah?
You know the Mukhabarat?
You know the Mukhabarat?
Hmm?
The Mukhabarat.
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
I speak English.
No?
Yeah, go, yalla.
Mukhabarat in Egypt will get your parents.
Go.
Does your
yeah.
father like his...
So this guy kept harassing this man at the halal cart every single day for I don't know how many weeks. We'll just go there and threaten him and like, you're a Muslim, you like Muhammad, you know that Muhammad does that, you like the Mukhabarat, blah, 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 blah. This guy used to work for fucking President Obama. He used to be an advisor in President Obama's cabinet. So it doesn't matter like if they're Democrats or Republicans, all of these consultants, all of these fucking neo-hawks and neo-war hawks, they're all the same, bro. The Democrats and Republicans work with the same people. Everyone's a fucking racist. Everyone sees Arabs as fucking pieces of shit. They're all Islamophobes. Again, Obama, hope on a fucking t-shirt. This was his fucking consultant and advisor, foreign policy. So again, Trump, it looks pretty bad, but like again, let's not forget what Harris and Biden let happen under their watch. Literally, Gaza is a parking lot. It is gone. Hundreds of thousands of dead. Okay, South Lebanon is a parking lot. Southern Beirut suburbs, parking lots. Biden and Harris did all of that, not Donald Trump. Okay, it's just important to remind people. And this fucking devil worked for President Obama, the guy who's been lecturing people right now about voting for Kamala Harris. So it doesn't make any sense. So anyways, that's it for the Trump cabinet. Let us know if you guys are excited. What other picks? Oh, he also picked Mike Huckabee for something. And Mike Huckabee is also extremely pro-Israel. Everyone like and like Trump, you know, ran on like, I'm gonna drain the swamp. I'm gonna drain the swamp. We're gonna have all. He's just picking the same careerist politicians, all of these shitty
And
Washington and Elon Musk.
Government efficiency.
The worst people. The worst. People.
The guy who bought Twitter for $44 billion and now it's barely worth 10.
Last week we brought up the topic of like clubbing. There was some Twitter beef. Someone was criticizing people for going out to clubs, etc. Yeah. And like we were talking about, is it ethical to go out clubbing or partying when there's a war, when your country's at war? One of the biggest venues in Lebanon, called the Grand Factory, just sent out like some direct messages to, I guess, a lot of their followers that they're opening their doors back up on November 8th, so just a couple of days ago. And let me just read it to you because it's pretty interesting. They say, this Friday, November 8th, the Grand Factory is opening its doors to de-stress together. On the schedule, reunion sessions awaits you with Rollback and Anton from 10 p.m. till 4 a.m. Those are some DJs, I'm guessing. This event is list only. Follow In Reunion and WhatsApp us on whatever to get on the list. Each week we'll be gathering donations for various relief initiatives in Lebanon. This week we're raising funds for Nation Station, an NGO that's helping victims of war in Lebanon. So that's something that a lot of businesses are doing, whether they're bars, whether they're restaurants. If they feel like a little bit guilty for opening up, a lot of them are doing these initiatives for donations. Bring some clothes, bring some food, drop some money, which I think is nice. Like if you have to... Business has to go on, life has to go on. Even if we don't agree with going to party, what are these people supposed to do? Just sit at home and not earn a living? So as long as you can do something positive out of it, like collecting donations, getting some money, I think that's as good as you can do. You know what I mean? And finally, they say a donation box will be available at the door for pay-as-you-wish contributions to support the initiative. This is what I think is the most important part of this statement. Out of respect for the situation, no photos or videos will be allowed, which is what I was saying last week. Like, if you are going to go out and party, if you are going to go to like a fancy restaurant, if you are going to go dance and shit, maybe just don't post pictures, don't put them online because it's just really insensitive and it's not the time. So for the club itself to take that initiative, and people are idiots. They're going to get drunk. They're going to take photos. They're going to, shoot videos and maybe get themselves in trouble. For the club to be like, yo, we got this policy. We're not going to let you film, bro, because it's we don't want it, we don't want any of the smoke. You don't want any of that smoke. Let's just come, do our thing. Let's have fun. We don't need to flaunt it. I think that's a very good initiative, and I think any other club that opens should have a no photo, no video. Like, for example, even Nadim, like one of our interns, one of his jobs is he goes to these Grand Factory parties and he's one of their videographers. He'll walk around, he'll film people, and they'll make these fun little edits to promote the club or to promote the parties. I don't think he's doing that anymore. And I think, as sad as I am for him not being able to earn a living, it's smart for clubs not to be making that sort of content and releasing it and putting it out. It's just not the right time. So I think this is a good way to do it. You can open your doors, ask for donations, gather donations, no pictures, no photos, just don't make it a thing. What do you think about this? I kind of like it.
I like it. Did any smartasses on Twitter comment on it yet?
No. I just saw this and.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good idea, as you said. No, you can't keep people at home. The Lebanese people can't stay put, so you might as well just open their fucking venues.
Yeah. It's kind of the best of both worlds, I think. What they're doing.
How often is it open? Do we have opening times?
I don't know. Why are you looking to go?
No, I'm just curious.
I have no idea. Anyways, moving on. So. Look, we got to talk about this briefly. I don't want to talk about it too much, and I also don't want to show too much of the footage because this is probably going to get us demonetized. Amsterdam. There was a chaos in Amsterdam, okay? Israeli football hooligans basically were attacking local Arabs, cab drivers. They were taking down Palestinian flags. Like, they were in Amsterdam for a football game, and they were just harassing the locals, burning Palestinian flags, ripping them off of windows, beating up Arab cab drivers in the city. So after the match and after the Israelis got trounced 5-0, the local Arabs, and I'm guessing like one of the cab drivers that got hit, reached out to other cab drivers, and they just beat the living shit out of the Israeli hooligans. And it caused a lot of controversy because a lot of videos were released online of like these people following these fans in the streets and beating the shit out of them. So it looked pretty violent, and on the surface, you might think like, oh, they're going after Jews in the city, and like it's not safe for Jews, and this is anti-Semitism. But when you look at the whole context, and when you see what the Israeli fans did to sort of draw the ire of the local people in Amsterdam, then it completely makes sense. They were being complete pieces of shit. So let's just watch some of the footage and see how the media, the international media, tried to represent the situation. So here is just the Israeli fans in Amsterdam before the match chanting, F the Arabs, just horrible things. They're saying there are no schools left in Gaza because there are no children left in Gaza. Just the most vile shit you can imagine.
It's the regulars.
So horrible stuff. And yeah, they were chanting other stuff as well. And to us, pointing out real anti-Semitism is very important because, as you guys can see, people like Ethan Klein like to conflate anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism, but it's important to distinguish between real anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. So here is some footage of the Maccabi fans, the Israeli fans, in another stadium. This wasn't in Amsterdam, but burning a Palestinian flag during one of their matches. Like, this is the kind of people we're dealing with. These are the kinds of fans that they are. You got to remember, a lot of these guys are in the IDF. Like, a lot of these fans that are pieces of shit and that went to Amsterdam are in the IDF. They're literally committing war crimes. So Some of these fuckers have blood on their hands, like straight up. Straight up. You know, they're terrorists. Again, I consider IDF soldiers and the Israeli army to be terrorists. Not Hamas, not Hezbollah. Israel is the terrorist state. The IDF are the terrorists. So literally, these fucking terrorists are roaming around Amsterdam, chanting death to Arabs. And yeah, they got their asses beat. And they kind of deserve it.
And you know they don't say anything wrong with it. They're like, yeah, we called for all Arabs to die. Like, what? We're all thinking it. What the fuck?
I'm not going to show you any of the footage of the people getting beaten up, but here's a lady from Amsterdam kind of explaining the situation in a lot of detail. We might not watch the whole thing, but like here's... Actually, before that, let's see some of the news coverage of how they chose to represent the story in the media.
Should show Joe Biden's tweet.
So the Wall Street Journal. Anti-Semitic attacks in Amsterdam prompt tight security at Jewish sites. According to France 24, Dutch PM condemns anti-Semitic violence after Amsterdam football match. Reuters, how the attacks on Israeli football supporters in Amsterdam unfolded. Like, and they're making it seem like how the attacks on Israeli footballers unfolded. It's like, no, it was like more of a retaliation, bro. And Haaretz says Israeli and foreign media outlets revised coverage of Amsterdam attacks on Israeli soccer fans. So yeah, so like Sky News had initially released the full story, mentioning that the Israeli fans like had provoked the locals. Then they re-released the video minus that part.
2 days ago, Zionist hooligans from the Tel Aviv football club, they came to Amsterdam because they had a match against Ajax. As we predicted, they were very violent. They roamed the streets with around 200 people at the same time. They would take down Palestine flags everywhere which they would see them. And we have footage of them singing a song that there are no schools in Gaza anymore because they burned all the children. Simultaneously, they also attacked a cab driver who spoke out against them. We all knew that this was going to happen because the football club already stated before the match, before coming here, that they were going to bring Israeli Secret Service, the Mossad. So we knew that they were going to be violent. And we also knew that amongst them supporters, a lot of them are IDF soldiers who have on their Facebook footage of being enlisted in the same army that's committing genocide. Who it is, we requested the municipality, the football club, to cancel the match or at least allow the supporters here. They were violent as fuck. No media outlet responded to this. The only way we know is because as a movement, we got quite good at sharing footages with each other.
What I like about this is that the locals aren't falling for it. You know what I mean? Like, especially now in Europe, like there's a lot of xenophobia, and like Europeans are more than happy to point the finger at like Arab immigrants and like kick them out. So I'm glad to see that the local people in Amsterdam are like, wait, no, this doesn't make any sense. We saw what happened with our own eyes. This has nothing to do with our like Arab brothers and sisters. These fucking assholes came in and started causing all this bullshit. And I love that they're coming out and clarifying it.
Even before all of this, in the stadium when they were doing like a minute of silence for the Valencia hurricane victims, they did not do the minute of silence because they're fucking Israeli hooligans, so they were just doing screaming the entire time.
So Spain has like come out in support of Palestine, and they're pretty anti-Israel. So there was just a massive flood over there. So over 200 people in Valencia died. So there was a minute of silence, and they refused to respect the minute of silence because they hate Spain. Here's a video of a Jewish girl, I think in the States, kind of sharing her opinion on the story and what happened.
I say this as a Jewish person. What happened in Amsterdam was not a pogrom. It was a around and find out. I'm a Jewish girl. I've spent plenty of time in Europe. I'm 100% confident I can travel safely throughout Europe. You know why? Because I'm not running around town screaming and pulling down residents' flags. I'm not in a huge group of aggressors chanting death to Arabs. Nobody would ever catch me singing a jingle about the dead children of Gaza. And in general, I wouldn't be walking around trying to be a vile, violent nuisance to the locals. I know, I could post up on any public street corner and light my Shabbat candles and wear my Star of David and invite people to say the Mourner's Kaddish and talk to them about being a Jew against genocide, and I would be fine. I would be fine. I would be absolutely safe. I could identify myself as a Jew, as so many people have done, by the way, at pro-Palestine rallies and protests, and either be welcomed or ignored. I'm thinking about that woman who tried to like disrupt the protest by wearing the I'm a Jew shirt and everyone just walked around her. That would be the experience. I'm talking a spectrum from confused disinterest to neutrality to being welcomed warmly with open arms. Because that's what happens when you're not a dick. This is some boy who cried wolf shit.
Yeah, imagine going to, seriously, like another country, shitting on the locals, insulting them, tearing down their flags, and then crying, pretending to be a victim once they fucking smack you in the face. Like, it's so annoying. Wait, here's a video of Maccabi fans. I'm not sure. Let's just see kind of a little scene of the mayhem.
Israeli football fans chased and beaten up in Amsterdam in what the Dutch Prime Minister has called an anti-Semitic attack. It followed earlier anti-Arab chanting and violence by some Israeli fans. Here's what we know. Hundreds of Maccabi Tel Aviv fans were in Amsterdam for a match against Dutch side Ajax. Before the game, a pro-Palestinian demonstration had been banned by the mayor over fears there would be clashes between protesters and Israeli supporters.
Their team is supposed to play against the Turkish team Beşiktaş, and they were supposed to play in Turkey soon, but then they postponed the match and they moved it to Hungary, so they're on neutral grounds.
Oh,
just because they knew that they were gonna get fucked up.
They were gonna get killed in Turkey. They were gonna get murdered. Yeah. The Turkey would not have been a good idea. It's good to move it. Here's a protest like the next day. Like a bunch of Dutch people just went into the streets wearing keffiyehs just in support of the Palestinians and Arab population in Amsterdam against the Maccabi fans.
Who attacked our city, who attacked our people, who chanted death to Arabs in our city. We do not tolerate this.
So I love this. Again, just people and you know my thoughts about Europe right now and like the West in general and Germany, but like, hey, look, these people are doing a good thing. Amsterdam, you got our support. So related to that, there was like some tweets that were kind of funny, like this Lebanese person who lives in Netherlands, I think. I'm not sure if she lives there, but she's just kissing ass to the Dutch government for some reason. Here's what she said. Her name is Marie Lina Harawi. She said, I'm Lebanese and I stand with Amsterdam and the Dutch people. The barbaric attacks of the Arabs yesterday must be condemned and the perpetrators must be expelled. I love what Europe represents and I want it to stay faithful to its roots, its Christian roots. #Amsterdam attack. Like, could you be more of a pick-me? Like, she's literally standing against her own people just because she wants to be against Muslims for some reason and she would rather side with the Israelis than the Muslims.
She has Christian roots. Well, what does that have to do with anything?
No, she doesn't want Europe to become Muslim. Like, she's like, Europe must remain Christian. There's a pretty nice reply by War Monitor. War Monitor replied by saying, they spit on your God's name, yet you still bow down to them. Embarrassing. And she replies, nope, I only bow to my King, Jesus Christ. So, Marie, holy shit. Someone made this funny meme about Marie. It was pretty funny. A lame dad shared this. Like, I'm a Christian. The Europeans, they don't really care. They go back to talking. That's what it feels. That's what it feels like being a Lebanese Christian. Sometimes when you're really obsessed, like, I'm Lebanese Christian, care about me. That's kind of what it's like. No one gives a shit. You know what I mean? You might as well just be a damn brown Muslim, yo. No one cares. No one's gonna care about you. So that's fun. So full support. Let me see if there's anything else. I mean, look, there's this guy who his name is Ali Elieza. And people are thirsting over him. He's like a model.
Oh, yeah.
The Israelis were trying to go after him, be like, you piece of shit. And everyone's like, yeah, we love this guy. And he just released a video, actually. Here's another picture of him. They're like threatening him, and he released this Instagram story. He's like, you can't beat a nation that knows death is not the end. Pretty fucking badass. He's getting a lot of Instagram followers. Eli Elieza. So that's what happens when you fuck with Arabs, yo. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys, we have a lot of new followers and subscribers from the States, from Europe, and I asked you guys, do you guys want us to continue talking about the things we normally talk about, which is like Lebanese influencers? As you guys know, this is a Lebanese H3 style podcast where we kind of, react to a lot of cringe and a lot of weirdos. And now that we have a lot of American people and people from Europe and stuff, I don't know if this stuff is still relevant, so I asked you guys, do you want us to switch up our content and focus on more international influencers and people like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, etc.? Or do you guys want us to keep talking about the things we normally talk about in Lebanon? We got an overwhelming response of a lot of you guys being like, yeah, keep talking about what you guys normally talk about. You have enough content creators out there and podcasts and shows that cover American and Western influencers, so you guys want a little local flavor. In my opinion, this is when all of the new subscribers are going to jump off the ship. You guys are going to be like, oh, this is what the show's about? We're out. Hopefully not. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoy this. We took some time to dub a lot of these in English using like some AI software. We even used some subtitles. This is why the episode is a day late, because we're like fucking around with the software. Nadim and Nour, thank you so much for the hard work. Sorry for driving you crazy with all these dubs. But you guys are going to meet some of our weirdest characters, folks. Okay, we have a few videos. I'm going to try to give you guys a crash course into the weirdos of Lebanese TikTok. Okay, there's a lot more of these, but this is just a good little introduction for you guys to see what we've been dealing with for the last almost 4 years. And yeah, give us your opinion. Move over Jake Paul and David Dobrik. It's time for Joseph Shada and Dr. Food to dominate.
Oh, Dr. Food.
This is so weird, man.
This is so exciting.
I hope you guys like this. This is weird again. This is the show we've been doing. This is, if you guys want to unsubscribe, I'm not going to take it personally. Okay, it's been a fun 3 weeks with all of you. We're going to start with Joseph Shada, folks. Joseph Shada is a very weird Lebanese character. He's actually Armenian Lebanese, and I did a whole documentary about this guy like 2.5 years ago. He's a tutor. He's known for a lot of weird things. He just made really weird, cringy content, really weird ASMRs. Taste tests, reviews, everything came off as very cringy, and I wanted to learn more about him, so I did like a full force kind of documentary about him. It's not subtitled, unfortunately, but let's just watch a video of him in Arabic first, so you guys can get a feel for his voice, and then we're going to watch him dubbed in English. So here he is doing a Blue Takis ASMR. This is our man Joseph Shada.
تاكيز. اليوم رح تجربوا البلو تاكيز لأول مرة.
So this is some high quality ASMR, folks. Now let's play some of the more questionable videos. Now these are videos that he released, to be fair, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Joseph does not stand by these things anymore. They're very questionable, the things that he says here, but we got Joseph, I'm sorry, don't be upset that we're replaying this video. But here's what Joseph was talking. He was talking about dating. Can people date 18-year-olds, etc.? Let's just hear what he had to. He was asking scientific questions. Dubbed. He sounds like an Indian man.
All right, let me ask you this. For an 18-year-old girl, what's the max age for a guy she dates? Who decides? Some see age gaps as totally normal and even preferable, while others find it upsetting, calling it exploitation. But where's the exploitation if both are mature, adult, and aware? I won't share my opinion on this. I'll leave it to you to give your thoughts, but please keep it respectful.
I think you indirectly shared your opinion on it without actually.
He wants to date an 18-year-old girl so bad.
Who decides? No, this was in the past. Joseph Shada does not stand by this anymore. Oh, he's a changed man. I'm sorry to bring this up again, but this was just really funny. To introduce Americans to Joseph Shada, you need to know where it all started. And it started with weird-ass videos like this.
This guy tutors high schoolers.
We have one where he does random taste tests. Here he's at a restaurant. Let's see. It's called like Monkey Bites or something.
Yeah.
His content is very eclectic, folks.
Very random.
We went back to Monkey Bites for dinner. This time we ordered Lord's Burger and steak vegan wrap. The place has a cozy vibe. It's a unique world.
Cozy vibe.
The girls working there, I've gotten to know them. They're really sweet. Anyway, back to the food. This burger comes with beef, Swiss cheese, green mushrooms, and other toppings. Can't forget the fries. We covered the fries with lots of sauce. It's delicious. The burger comes on a plate with a paper that has a sentence or two written on it.
Riveting content.
Riveting. This is amazing stuff, guys. So here he is. Someone was making fun of him for doing TikToks a few years ago, and he like starts showing off his diplomas and like, I'm an educated man. You can't make fun of me. Again, this is dubbed, so hopefully you guys enjoy. It's weird. Dubbing is weird, but like hopefully you guys can enjoy some of this.
All right, look at this. What do you think? 14 years of school, 3 years for a physics degree, which is considered the toughest major, 2 years for a master's, and soon a PhD. I've been working since 2015 until you come and tell me this. Don't let anyone try to belittle my life just because I make TikToks. I'm on TikTok with pride and honor. I've made many friends, learned a lot, and even earned money. I'm continuing, and to everyone who supported me, I say thank you. You really get it.
We got you, Joseph. We got you. Our boy, Joseph. I think that's enough Joseph Shada for now. You guys got a quick little taste. We can't go too deep, but I did a whole documentary about the guy. I think, does YouTube do like translation?
I think if the head does it clear enough, it could just auto-translate, I think.
You guys might be able to auto-translate my Shada documentary and get some English subs with that. That'll be pretty fun. All right, moving on to another character. This is also a person that I've done a documentary about. His name is Joseph Merab, and this one is actually subtitled in English. It's the highest viewed video on our channel, actually. It's got over 100K views. I'm very proud of it. It's called Kung Fu Jesus. I highly recommend you watch it. His name is Joseph Merab. He's basically like an old dude who lives in the woods, who does Kung Fu, and who's very religious. All he does all day is pray to Jesus, spread the word of Christ, and do Kung Fu. And he does the weird little TikToks with Kung Fu and sports where he'll just talk about Jesus. Let's watch it dubbed in English, folks. Here's our man, Joseph Merab. We love him. I love this man. Again, check out Kung Fu Jesus. He is a legend in Lebanon. We love him.
I've made videos before about focus. Now I'll show how to fold a towel. You'll grab a corner and twist it. Don't put your hand on the towel yet. First, position your hand like this. Then twist it again. Slide the towel onto your finger. Practice this move 3 times. You'll soon master folding the towel.
He's great.
And that's her boy.
He's also a ping pong coach, right?
Yes. Here's another Joseph Merab stunt that you guys are going to like. Just like the dude is very talented and he loves using the towels. Boom. So he's basically saying like that's the power of focus and may the Lord bless you all. God bless you, Joseph. We love you. Next up, Naji Zakaria. Now, this man is known as the cheapest man in Lebanon. His gimmick is to basically yell at people and teach you how to make things for cheaper at home. If you're out eating a burger at a restaurant, he's going to yell at you, teach you how to buy the ingredients at a supermarket and make it at home. It's nothing groundbreaking. We just love him because he loves to yell all the time. Here is a video of his in Arabic, subtitled, so you just get an idea of his passion and how he likes to scream. And then we'll watch a dubbed version.
سألوا قالوا لهم ال 15 قطعة $7.
That's great.
That's a pretty cheap
That's
price.
really good.
ما تخلي حدا يستكرتكم.
Don't let them rip you off.
ماركت معروفة. صويا دولس 25,000 ليرة.
What? Where'd you get that from?
That is some cheap soy sauce.
Yeah, it is.
الكراب ماركت جاردن اوشن جاردن فيها 16 قطعة 250 جرام تعمل اسطول.
What I love about this is that he's not following any of the TikTok rules. The lighting is horrible. There's like the shot is just like a static shot of him screaming. He's just an old man yelling. There's nothing cool about this. There's nothing engaging about this video. There's nothing that would make you want to watch more except his personality. And it's so authentic that that's why I love it. Like this is on paper, this should never go viral. This is unwatchable content on paper. But I love this sort of thing. I love my man Naji Zakaria. Let's keep watching a little bit.
عندنا بعد المكونات خيار طيش شو قيمتهم؟ جزرة شو قيمتها؟ ب10,000 ليرة جبت سمسم ب10,000 حب البركة ونص كيلو رز جاري بالدكوانة ذهب المواسم أحلى أسعار عنده.
Anyways, that's our boy Naji. Let's watch him dubbed. Let's see if it has the same effect when it's dubbed to English.
It takes him forever to say one thing.
Let's see what's up.
Hey folks, my son suddenly wanted to order food at home tomorrow.
Hey folks.
He asked me for some money. He said $30 or $40 for a family meal.
Why'd they give him?
I told him,
fuck off, son.
I only have $6.
$6?
I said, I can make you 2 dishes. He said, no way. I replied, just watch, son. Last time I made a bag of this and that. Fish fillet, meat. Kofta for $2.13.
Kofta for $2.
Filet for 170,000 lira.
He knows how to shop.
Look what I've got, folks.
Yeah, extreme couponer.
I'll help you out. Meat for 230,000 lira. Filet 170,000. Tomatoes 35,000. Parsley 4 bunches. I'll make tabbouleh too. Half kilo of lemon for 10,000. Onions for 20,000. Peppers and cilantro, half each. Cilantro and pepper, 2,000 lira each.
Why'd they give him a
Potatoes,
black male accent?
30,000 lira. A dash of olive oil. I got
What was
about
this?
5.
It's definitely
That's
old.
pretty recent. No, 500,000. It's about $6.
Yeah, but like,
Just
you
wait
can't
and
get all
see
of that
what
for
a
$6
feast we'll
now.
have for $6.
I don't know.
Probably a couple years old.
Anyways, the dubbing here wasn't able to get like his tone. You know what I mean? It worked with a couple of characters. But, like that's Naji Zakaria. We love him. In Arabic usually when he's screaming. And if you guys don't like the dubbing, let us know. We can do more subs. But I mean, we're still experimenting with all of that. RC Perfume. I've met this man. I filmed a video with him. He's a really, really nice man. He is the craziest perfume maker in the world. Yells all the time, smashes bottles. Here is just but a taste of our man RC Perfume.
ربك تعال هون ديور سوفاج كيف تعرفوا انه ديور سوفاج صيني زبالة صرامة هيدي القنينة بعدها منينة جديدة أول شيء الماجنت تبعها ما بيلقط هيك كيف زبالة ما بيلقط مظبوط ثاني شيء ريحة بواسير جديدة جديدة أخ ربك شو بدي أعمل ربنا هيدي أخ ربك أرسي قولي أخ ربك قولي العمى بعيونكم شو اسمه ربك سكر
That's Lebanese TikTok for you guys. So he smashes bottles of perfume that he doesn't like. That's his thing. He grabs his hammer and he fucking smashes them. I got to hold that hammer, folks. I have smashed perfume bottles with RC. He made me my own customized bottle. I love RC. So the subtitles can't keep up with what he's saying, by the way, as you guys can tell. Like, they can barely keep up. But you get the gist. You know what I mean? He's a passionate guy. He's passionate about perfume.
And he hates Chinese
products.
And
he hates shitty Chinese perfume. We got Dr. Food. Now, Dr. Food is currently in hiding. Now, he's a food influencer. Like, he goes to restaurants and, like, gives them advice on how to make their restaurants better.
He's huge.
He's huge. He's super famous. And he's currently on the run from the law because he started his own, like, wafer business. He sells chocolates. I actually have some boxes. Yeah, he and his wife make all sorts of products. Here is some of like his wafers, Dr. Food wafer. The logo and branding are like completely horrible. So they found out that he was like trafficking drugs in these wafer boxes. So he's been literally, I'm not kidding, he's been on the run from the law for a couple of months now, and it's completely disappeared. No one knows where he is. He hasn't made any content in months. So let's watch a subtitled Dr. Food video.
Dr. Food, لوين حنروح اليوم؟
يلا على الكرة الأرضية.
That's his wife.
معكرونة.
أشقوان بكا.
بعد ما ضفنا الأشقوان برجع مزيد المعكرونة.
It's a whole block of cheese.
Shawin, which is not a pasta cheese.
ترجعوا بتضيفوا عليها شوية مي كرمال الكريم لأنه بيكون قاسي المي بتطريها.
Garlic powder.
Garlic powder.
وبنضيف له أوريجانو.
It's just like poison.
وبتضيفوا البابريكا.
Mozzarella cheese.
I love the accent she puts on.
جبنة صفرا.
It's like those white women that make like these triggering dishes on Twitter. They just do like hot dog and cheddar cheese and like macaroni, and they'll put it in the oven for like an hour, and they're like, "Here's a dish."
And then they won't eat it.
They literally do it just to like get people angry online. This feels like one of those fucking dishes. More paprika.
وهلا بنفوتها على الفرن.
So this man has no food, and he's not a doctor, by the way. I gotta point this out. The man has no food experience. He's not a doctor. He's just called Dr. Food. And he started this trend of everyone in Lebanon calling themselves Doctor whatever now. Like there's a restaurant next to my house called Dr. Kafta. There's Dr. Shisha. There's Dr. Pizza. There's Dr. this. Dr. Guns. There's a place that cleans guns next to my house. All because of Dr. Food. Again, not a doctor, not a PhD. Yeah.
Not even a chef.
بضيفوا التركي.
نرجع بنضيف البابريكا.
More paprika, bro?
والثوم.
Put fresh garlic. أنا garlic powder.
الملح.
Yeah.
وبتضيفوا عليها ملعقة رب البندورة. نص كوباية مي.
He kind of looks like my uncle.
نضيف التقلية فوق منها.
Yeah, with the wink too.
بنضيف مخلل الخيار.
What does pickles have to do with this? Yeah, those noises.
That's that ASMR, baby.
ترجعوا تحطوها بالفرن لمدة 3 دقايق.
بتحطوا الهربس.
Herbs.
You put the herbs. So that's his wife, Shru. She's pretty insane. She's got her own story. She's got her own thing going on. We're not even going to get into all of that. We ain't got time. So as I said, Dr. Food is currently in hiding from the law. We don't know where he is. He might be hiding out in Canada. We're not sure because Shru just announced that she's pregnant. She's actually 2 months pregnant. That means she must be in contact with Dr. Food. Someone's seeing him. So she has been seeing Dr. Food. And while she's been we don't know where he's hiding out, but she's been spending a lot of time in Canada. And while she's been in Canada, she's been doing Costco and Walmart reviews. So let's watch Shru, she's got millions of followers. She's one of the most famous Lebanese TikTokers. Here she is reviewing Costco. Let's see what's up in Canada.
أنا كتير جوعانة وأنا بكندا اليوم وموجودة في كوسكو. حنجرب أكل كوسكو ونقيمه على 10. مشوا معي. مش عارفة شو بدي أطلب. عندهم بيتزا، عندهم هوت دوغ، وعندهم فرايز بالريحة بتشق القلب. أسعار كتير حلوة والكواليتي كتير هاي. ما في حدا ياخذ الأوردر. في كوسكو.
Costco quality is very high. I've not heard that before. Also, this is what she...
هوت دوغ. أي نوع؟
When Dr. Food is in jail or in hiding, he can't cook for her. Like, she has to go to Costco to get food. How sad is this? I feel bad for Shrut, you know what I mean? Like, she's pregnant, she got to feed the baby like healthy stuff. She has to eat like Costco hot dogs now or something like that. That's pretty fucked up.
$1 Costco hot dog.
الهوت دوغ بنحط عليه sauces, ketchup.
Where's her
mustard?
Good question.
Okay, يلا ندوق. أول شيء حنجرب الهوت دوغ. يلا عملناه. This one. Look. هيدا beef hot dog صح؟
Arabs are so not used to like organization that like they're impressed when someone yells out a number to go get your ticket. Like, oh my god, they read out numbers. Let me film it. We're so used to like chaos and stuff. Anyways, I don't know if that's super interesting. Her being in Costco. Let's watch her at Walmart just for a few seconds as well. She's discovering. Oh, here's her baby. She's discovering the joys of Walmart in Canada.
هيدا أول شوبينج لإلي ولبيبي حنا بكندا. إحنا عند والمارت. هاي حنوني شو عم تاكل أنت؟ بدنا موز.
The spawn of Dr. Food.
على الحمل. الأفوكادو كتير مهم. أنا مش هي الكاكي. بس خلينا ناخذ هاي. خياراتنا بكندا هيك. أنا بحب البروكلي.
Oh, she mentioned she's pregnant right here?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, so Dr. Food's been getting it in. How? Where? We don't know, folks. We don't know. Maybe conjugal visits. Maybe he's in prison. She's getting to visit him. We got hummus from Walmart. That must be horrible. I feel bad for them.
طيب هيدا. Hey, you're happy? في ground beef هيك كتير طيبة صراحة. حنا طعميني. في كل أنواع الجبنة.
Is Dr. Food like hiding at home right now? Is he in Canada?
There's someone with her.
Someone's filming.
Yeah, do you think it's him?
Oh no, she's filming right now. You can tell.
It was earlier.
He must have been the guy filming at Costco, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's Shru. She's got her own issues. We can explore more, folks. We've had our own issues with Shru. She's watched one of my TikTok lives. Really crazy stuff.
She has her own food line as well, like crackers and shit.
Zulfi, we love Zulfi. Zulfi. So there's a restaurant in Lebanon called HFC. It's like KFC except it's hot fried chicken. Get it? It's very similar. And one of our boys, Zulfi, I don't think he's not one of the owners, but like he used to promote it a lot. He's an influencer. He promotes all sorts of businesses. He sells cheese. He works. He's promoted like a PlayStation network. He's promoted a crepe place. He's promoted shisha restaurants. Everything you can think of, Zulfi has promoted it. And here he is promoting HFC. I got a bunch of Zulfi. Let me try. First, you got to hear him in Arabic.
قال شو؟ قال لما بدك تعمل عرض اعمل عرض العالم تطلبه. ولك اليوم أحد والعالم تروقت. العرض اللي عملناه 2 لبنانيز برجر و3 شاورما طايرين. ليك.
Look at that. Look at these burgers, folks. So Lebanese, we love yelling.
وكل هيدا وبالك ماشي بتشيف. وإذا بيوصل الدولار لل100 مثل ال 65 و70 رح ضل أعمل لك عروضات وضل أهرك. ليش؟ لأنه الHFC بدك حلم لا تجيبه.
You guys are noticing a trend, I'm guessing, of a lot of yelling. Lebanese TikTokers love yelling into the camera, especially when they're talking about food and something like him and Naji. Let's watch a dubbed video of Zulfi.
You want to break your fast and you're confused. I've told you 1,000,000 times that HFC is the best choice today. At HFC, enjoy a chicken and a half processed that will tantalize your taste buds.
Instead of roasted.
With full service at the price mentioned in the last video. Check it out. They have a golden colored chicken and a half processed that you'll absolutely love. Chicken and a half processed with full service and fries, all for just 1,100,000.
That's like $10.
You know how much that is? That's just $11 for a delicious chicken and a half roast in a golden color. Call me the father of gold. Golden HFC, when you want a tasty bite.
Our boy Zulfi, we love our boy.
Broasted is fried chicken, basically. I don't think broasted is a thing anywhere outside of Lebanon.
So let's watch here Zulfi talking about a hot dog offer in English, dubbed.
Bro, our hot dog deal's insane. It's breaking records. Everyone wants it. They asked for a family meal, so I've got a killer 24-piece offer for you. Wings marinated to perfection, just how you like them. I'm telling you, they're addictive. Not just wings, but with fries, hot bread, pickles, garlic, and cocktail sauce for $25,000. And 12 wings for $15,000. Listen, if you want $1 million taste, this is it. Forget the rest.
Chaos.
Today's special is a game changer, sir.
Chaos. The next character, folks, is called Feddo. Now, Feddo is actually pretty interesting. She sued me. Feddo is a mom. She regularly films videos with her kids, her two kids. Mansour is the son, and I forgot what the daughter is called at this point. Mansour, her son, used to get bullied a lot in school because of these videos. So, like, I made a series of videos kind of like questioning why the mom was doing this to her kids. She got pretty mad. She threatened to sue me. I talked about it on the podcast. She ended up retracting the lawsuit after I talked about them on the podcast, and we ended up making like an agreement. We'll stop talking about them. They'll stop talking about us. But now I just want to quickly introduce them to our new American audience. I'm sure Feddo won't get too upset about that and won't, restart the lawsuit against me.
Oh my gosh.
This is why I say sometimes when I'm the Lebanese Ethan Klein when we did like an H3 style show. I've been threatened with like 4 lawsuits while doing this podcast. 5 lawsuits actually.
5, yeah.
This was the 4th lawsuit, I believe. This is subtitled. Now the subtitles are kind of janky, but like you'll get the idea.
هاي حضروا شو غدينا اليوم هو طوق وشاورما. أنا رح أفرجيكم كيف رح نعمله. أكيد رح يكون في بطاطا مقلية وفتوش.
وهيدول حوالي الكيلو من الطاووق.
That's the voice of the mom right now.
جديد وقطعناه كيوبس. هلا بدنا نزيد عليه هيدي التتبيلة.
That's diarrhea straight up.
She could just make this naturally.
Mansour was so young
على
here.
هيدي النتيجة بنحطهم بعد شوي بنحركها وبنزيد لها دبس الرز وبنحطهم بالبيركس يلي أكيد بنكون ضفنا لها زيت وبنفوتهم على الفرن على حرارة 180 بدهم يدوقوا.
مامي أنا كتير حبيت الشاورما. أنا كمان غدا بجنن.
It's like a hostage video. It's like there's a gun pointed to their face and they have to say like, "Mommy, we love the food." And here's another Feddo video, just for fun.
بونسوار حبيت أعمل لهم سيربريز لأهلي عملت لهم خيار وبندورة وكبيس.
Good job, Mansour.
بطاطا قطعتهم أنا لحالي. خيار إضافي كبيس إضافي مع شوية ملفوف. مايونيز كاتشب ومطار. ميرسي.
Good job, Mansour.
بما انه حضرنا العشاء حبينا ندوق شغله. ميرسي بوكو مونسوار على السوربريز عن جد ما كنت متوقعة ابدا انه انت كل شيء رح تعمله. ميرسي بوكو. دريان ميشيل.
Michel.
Michel and Mansour, we love you. There was a
Mansour
hashtag
and
Free
Michel.
Mansour. It was very famous. Like everyone wanted to free Mansour from his mom. Free Mansour for now.
Free Mansour.
For now and forever, folks. We'll never forget you. Please don't sue me. Anyways.
Hello. Since I have a chance today, I decided to surprise the kids with a special breakfast. I'll prepare the table and wake them up. This is our plan for today. I've set it up for the boys. On the plates, I put kunafa with cheese. Good morning, sweetie. Did you sleep well? What do you think of this surprise? It's very nice. Remember to join us Sunday at 4 p.m. for a new live stream. Be there and support us.
Lebanese Liver King, folks. You guys know Liver King. We have our very own Lebanese version of Liver King. He is a mechanic. Here he is. This one is, it might be subtitled, I'm not sure. Just a quick intro to our Lebanese Liver King / mechanic.
البيكنسير شرس ببين انه برقبته في كتير موتورات نوك اوتات شوبينج للرقبه بيس كنزة قميص.
So that's his gimmick, that's his catchphrase. Peace, kenze amis. So like literally peace, sweater, shirt. Sweater in Arabic is kenze. Shirt is Amis, so he says, Peace, Kenze Amis. And that's our boy. That's Lebanese Liver King, Zak Bouaire.
Do we know what that means?
Peace, Kenze Amis. Peace, Kenze Amis.
No, like, that's it. Like, he never explained it.
No, it just rhymes.
He's also extremely religious.
And we gave him a shout out a couple of weeks ago. He offered to help cars for free for anyone from like the southern suburbs of Beirut, like escaping the war. He's like, if you have any car trouble, hit me up. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix your cars for free. He's a real G. He's a real one. We love our boy. Lebanese Liver King, Zak Bouaire. We're about to introduce you guys to the Lebanese Mr Beast, who's a 40-year-old man called Maestro. And we're going to taste his juice. Before we do, let's watch another one of our famous influencers. Her name is Bertalicious. She has a very eccentric personality. We've talked about her on the podcast before. She's kind of upset with us. She's not my biggest fan. But anyways, here is her trying the Maestro juices. This one has been subtitled because the dub couldn't get the spirit of her voice, and she's very eccentric.
اليوم رح أجرب المايسترو درينكس. مايسترو نزل 4 نكهات من المايسترو درينك، رح أجربهم وأعطيكم رأيي. أكثر شيء كنت متحمسة أجرب البيري فيوجن، رح بلش فيها أول شيء. فيوجن؟ إن شاء الله تكون very nice. الحلو إنه لو شوجر و44 كالوري. كأنه شراب توت. هلا إنه أوكي هو باري بس عن جد كأنه شراب توت طبيعي.
توت؟
يام كنت عارفة إنه هيدا حتكون كثير طيبة. 10 out of 10. بيرجع عنا الليمون ريفرش. كأنه فيها نعناع.
منتي.
فيها نعناع. ما هيك؟ مع النعناع قلت لكم في نعناع. هيدي كتير ريفرشينج بس شوي حسيت طعمة النعناع حد شوي صراحة.
She's got millions of followers by the way.
She has like over 2
هلا نجرب الشغف الاستوائي. Tropical passion.
That hurts to watch.
فيها مانجو.
All her videos are like this.
ومانجو وبلا تفاح.
She doesn't say mango, she says mango.
أطيب من الليمون فريش بس مش أطيب من البيري فيوجن. رح أعطيه 8.5 على 10. واخر شيء عنا المايسترو جولد هيدي على باينابل اسمها باينابل بارادايس 0 شوجر 4 كالوريز. برافو.
The subtitles
stop. بحاجة لأنه بضلنا بعمل دايت. كيوت. شراب بنكهة الأناناس مع جوز الهند. هلا أنا ما كتير بحب الكوكونات بالدرينك.
It's like the subtitles stopped subtitling, by the way. Anyways, that's enough. We've seen enough of Bertalicious. That's a quick taster, folks. A quick appetizer of a bunch of Lebanese influencers. Let us know what you guys think. Are they weirder than you guys thought? Are they lamer than you guys thought? We've got a whole bunch of other weirdos. This was just a tiny little taste. And now we can finally move on, folks, to Maestro. The Lebanese Mr Beast. The 40-year-old Lebanese Mr Beast. First of all, let me just give you guys a quick introduction. So as you guys know PewDiePie, right? Everybody knows PewDiePie and like the fist bump, his famous logo. El Maestro ripped off PewDiePie's logo. This is his logo. It's basically a fist bump. It's the exact same as PewDiePie's. So he's a mix of PewDiePie and Mr Beast. Now, where did the Mr Beast comparisons come in, etc.? I'll show you guys. First of all, here is the Maestro chocolate bar that he released like a year ago or something. You guys will notice the packaging. Look at the colors, those pastel colors. I'm going to show you guys the Mr Beast bar on the side. Any similarities in perhaps the design of the chocolate? Do you guys see any color similarities? Maybe even the way the chocolate, the shape of the chocolate. There's a little piece to share here. Mr Beast has a small piece to share. It's the exact same branding, folks. He is completely copying the Mr Beast branding, but that's okay, right? I mean, it's just the chocolate packaging. He's not actually going to rip off Mr Beast's marketing strategy, like asking his own fans to like fix their shelves, right? Let's see. Do you guys remember when Mr Beast was asking fans to fix his shelves? Let's follow up on that story here. Check it out.
Mr Beast is facing backlash after asking his fans to help clean up his chocolate bar displays in Walmart. The YouTube star took to Twitter asking fans to organize his Feastables in Walmart, adding that it would make him very happy. And yes, many did follow Mr Beast's command, but others are upset that he asked his followers to basically work for free. Critics argue that Mr Beast's choice to call on his fans points to an abuse of loyalty and peak capitalism, since he could easily pay for the
Well, anyways, Maestro did the exact same thing, folks. That's how original he is. He went ahead and asked his fans to go fix his chocolate and his shelves. Let's check it out.
I'm at Spinny Zeldabia now. Look at these colors, this beauty. We had an issue, but I solved it.
See what's happening here? Our box, when they start stocking, the prominent ones fall out. So I fixed it. I expanded the box, added a cushion behind. Now the prominent ones stay put. From now on, when new boxes hit the shelves, I need all of you to help. Whenever you pass a Maestro bar stand and see them fallen like this, stop and fix them. You'll all be Maestro bar ambassadors in every store you visit.
How original! Maestro bar ambassadors, go fix my chocolate bars. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm going to give you guys a chance to meet Maestro face to face. Here he is, dubbed in English, talking about his chocolate bar. Check it out.
Welcome to the Maestro Chocolate Factories, where you're about to witness the birth of a new chocolate bar. I've made a Maestro chocolate bar with 3 distinct flavors: milk chocolate, crunchy bobbin, and secret recipe, a confidential blend. The chocolate's design is wild, just like us. Here it's called the One Bite Challenge. I challenge you to see who can eat it in just 1 bite. When you bite into the Maestro logo at the center, you'll feel a surge of power. I've also prepared a smaller piece you can either share or enjoy alone. This bar is crafted from premium chocolate and high quality, healthy ingredients, free from any damaging or hydrogenated oils. It's made passionately, and I'm proud our factory has earned the international ISO certification, adhering to the highest hygiene and food safety standards because your safety and trust matter to us. These 3 flavors will hit the market starting next week. Head over to the Maestro page to stay updated on all that's new, and brace yourselves because you're going to be consuming chocolate like you're marrying it, not just eating it. I love it.
Bro, the dub actually, like, it only worked on this guy because he yells so much and he has like such a distinct tone that it actually it kind of worked.
It sounds really good, actually.
This is what he sounds like in Arabic, just if you guys want to hear like the original. That's what he normally sounds like. So here's a video of Maestro introducing his juices. While you watch that, I'm gonna go get the bottles.
Welcome to the Maestro Beverage Laboratories, where you're about to witness the creation of a brand new Lebanese drink, the Maestro drink. I'm telling you, the Maestro drink comes in a crazy design that reflects who we are and in
crazy design flavors. It looks exactly like the chocolate bars, like same color pattern, same like palette.
The golden edition paradise that's 0 sugar with stevia. The whole package just has 4 calories and every flavor is packed with vitamin C, B6, and B. The Maestro pack is crafted from 7-layer laminate. A package that's the cleanest and healthiest of its kind worldwide, protecting the product from air, light, and bacteria. From the moment it leaves the machine, this drink is ISO certified and adheres to the highest standards of hygiene and food safety, because your safety and trust are paramount. The 4 flavors will hit the market next week. Get ready, because you're about to enjoy a drink like no other in your life.
Well, folks, we have all 4 flavors of the Maestro drink right here. Karine was kind enough to go pick these up for us. How much did you pay for these, Karine?
12 boxes. I paid $6. So around 50 cents a box. I regret giving him even that much money.
Well, at least it's cheaper than his chocolate bars. When his chocolate bar came out, folks, keep in mind, it was made in Lebanon. It cost $4 a bar. It was made in Lebanon. Like, you normally pay $4 for something that's, like, imported from abroad, like some fancy European chocolate. He was selling locally made chocolate for $4 a bar. Now it's a little bit cheaper. Now, I was at the supermarket today. His chocolate costs about $3.15 a bar. I was there a few months ago, folks. And you could actually buy a Mr. Beast bar for less than a Maestro bar. And I filmed it when I was at the supermarket a few months ago. Check it out. His bar was for $3.50, while the Mr. Beast bars were for $3.25. Now, they were like kind of close to expiration. That's why they were made cheap. But like, you could literally buy the chocolate that he ripped off that was shipped in from the States. You could buy it for cheaper than his own bar that was made in Lebanon. So it's very expensive. He finally lowered the price, which I think is good because Lebanese people, like, there's an economic crisis here. Most people can't afford a $4 chocolate bar for something that weighs as little as what he sells. So the pricing is kind of insane. But anyways, I think we've done enough. We've given you guys enough context about Maestro. It is time to try these juices, the juices that Bertalicious loved.
Like, she made me want to try the berry fusion one first.
So you're gonna try it. Let's try the berry fusion. So here's the berry. Now, first of all, I hate the packaging. Like, the colors of these, like, it's like pastel colors. Like, normally when you get like juice, the colors are like.
This is Pepto-Bismol.
The colors are like, need to be like more attractive, more Vibrant. These literally look like medicine, bro. This does not look appetizing. Okay, let's try the berry fusion.
Wait, on the side it says courage is not the absence of fear. So there's that. Thank you, Mr. Beast.
Let's try Mr. Beast. I mean, El Maestro's juice. This is the berry fusion, or like as Birdalicious says, berry fusion.
Berry fusion.
Very artificial tasting. Look, it's not horrible. I don't like berry drinks, so
it's extremely watered down. It doesn't really taste like much.
I mean, I don't really enjoy this. How much sugar is in this?
Wait, how much sugar is in this? Wait, the ingredients.
10 grams of sugar. Okay, not too bad.
Mixed berry flavored syrup, water, sugar, citric.
Look, I would never drink this again. If I have to give this like a grade out of 10, probably a 6.5 out of 10 for the berry fusion.
But she said it tastes like natural, like juice. It does not taste natural at all.
Yeah, no, there's nothing natural about this. Time to try I'm gonna try the tropical passion.
Tropical passion.
Tropical passion from El Maestro.
Proudly made in Lebanon.
Proudly made in Lebanon. I mean, look, it's obviously I'm happy that it's made in Lebanon. We're always pro, local production. This one tastes kind of watered down.
They're both watered down.
This is more watered down. This is better than the berry fusion. I would give this like a 7 out of 10. I'd give the tropical one.
This is worse for me, too, honestly. This is a 5. She said it tastes like mango. I guess I do taste the mango. But like
I don't like the taste of berries, so to me.
Oh, it's mango flavored syrup with passion fruit.
Yeah, this one's better. I like mango juice, so I would say this one's a little better, but like still I would never pay 50 cents for this. Like I'd buy any other juice or no juice. I'll just drink water. This is like sweet sugar water.
Lemon refresh.
Lemon refresh. According to
Lemon
Birdalicious.
refresh.
Let's try the lemon refresh. I just hate the packaging is so. We've given Maestro a lot of money, man. Between the chocolate bars that we had to buy to try, that's $4 each.
Fueled by hate. This is mint lemonade. Wait.
The fuck?
Oh!
This does not taste like juice, bro.
What the fuck?
This is not some. This is like.
I was excited for this one.
This is like an alcoholic mixer. Like you use this to mix with like gin or something, bro.
Oh, this would be great with vodka.
This is like a mojito mix, man.
Sorry, disgusting noises, but oh my god. Oh no, this is horrible. No,
I don't
no. I really wanted to like this.
This tastes like chewing gum. This is literally like drinkable chewing gum. Spearmint chewing gum.
Oh, it's called lemon mint mojito flavored syrup.
Oh, it says mojito?
Yeah, it says mojito.
Oh my god, this literally tastes like mojito mix, bro. Oh my god, man. Fucking man, I got them taste buds. I don't like this at all.
It doesn't taste like lemon
Unless
though.
if you're gonna mix this with alcohol, then sure, but this is like a 4 out of 10, bro. This is bad.
This is the worst one.
This is bad. Now we're gonna try the pineapple with 0 sugar, but it's got stevia.
This one's 60 cents. The rest were like 54. This one was 60
Oh, this is the
cents.
fancy one. It's got the black packaging, the fancy packaging.
With stevia, which sucks. So we'll see.
Let's see what this tastes like. I love pineapple juice. Pineapple juice is my favorite juice. When I lived in the States, I was kind of upset at how rare pineapple juice is. Like you just find like shitty, dull pineapple juice in a can. Yeah, I would never find like nice pineapple juice. People don't like pineapple juice in the States. It's weird.
So this is supposed to be like
healthy
and like pina colada flavor. Okay.
I can taste the pineapple, but what else is
So it has
coconut? There's coconut.
supposed to have coconut.
Yeah, it does taste like pina colada a little bit. Why is he making alcoholic drinks without alcohol for kids, bro? He's got a fucking mojito drink and a fucking pina
Mixers.
colada. Are you getting these kids ready to drink, Maestro? What are you doing?
It barely tastes like pineapple juice. Usually pineapple juice is a bit more like tart and like you can taste, I don't know, it has a stronger pineapple flavor. This is extremely watered down.
The coconut, then, because the coconut mix is watering it down and it's giving it that sort of not as pineapple-y flavor.
But usually I love pina colada flavored things, but the coconut is barely there as well. Like I only get like a hint of it at the very end. It's just not.
It's all watered down. It's like there's ice cubes in here that melted. It's like there's ice cubes in this one. I wish there was more ice cubes in this one. I wish this was water. This is disgusting. The lemon refresh mint one, horrible.
This is really bad. I love lemonade. Come on.
I'll give the pineapple one like a 6 too. Honestly, like the best one to me is this tropical one, and it's a 7. And it's like average at best.
Mine's the berry fusion.
I mean, the only reason I would buy these for my kids instead of like something else is like if the sugar content is significantly lower than other juice. Like I'd rather give them 10 grams of sugar Like, yeah, there's 10 grams of sugar. Most juices, I feel like, are like maybe 20 or 30 grams. That like they have as much sugar as soda. So in that sense, I guess these are healthier, but like they don't taste natural. They taste artificial as fuck. The packaging is ugly. I'm not a fan.
I'd rather just get Macau, which is like another Lebanese.
Speaking of dubbed videos, I actually forgot to show you guys. We dubbed ourselves. Really these are way better than any of the other dubs. Here is me speaking Mandarin. Let's check it out.
You look great.
如果你在看这个，我真不知道还能跟你们说什么。你们懂我意思吗？我不想在这煽动暴力，但我们已经抗议过，也联系过他的议员。你们写过信，我们也扣留了选票。我们还能做什么？请告诉我们，我们会想办法的。你知道吗？我是说，你到底想让我们怎么做？你们这些混蛋美国老西方人。
Like, as shitty as this AI software is, like, this is pretty fucking impressive. Like, there's whole companies that specialize in dubbing and they get voice actors and like, this is a $10 a month app, bro. So like, imagine just like in a couple of years how much better this is gonna be. It's kind of freaky.
Is bro spitting? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
let us know if anyone speaks Mandarin. Let us know how good this dubbing is. Here's Karine speaking. Was that German?
Jeg synes ikke, at de burde støtte Trump, men jeg elsker, at det er et kæmpe fondsager til demokraterne. Dog mener jeg ikke, at de burde støtte Trump så åbenlyst, men jeg så også mange arabiske og muslimske amerikanere.
I don't know this, like, I think it's Norwegian or Swedish.
Sounds pretty German to me.
No, German would be more aggressive. I ate that. Sounds great.
And we have Nour speaking Dutch.
Ik denk dat deze groep alleen om abortus en het schoolcurriculum geeft.
She was in Amsterdam, by the way, when the whole riots happened.
Was she?
No, I'm kidding. No.
That would have been fun.
Dat snap ik volledig.
Snap het volledig.
Je kunt jezelf er niet toe brengen te stemmen op iemand die jou en je gezin zo behandelt.
You know Mr Beast has like his channels and like he dubs his channels in like multiple languages. Like there's like Mr Beast Spanish, Mr Beast Portuguese, Mr Beast in French. I swear to God, he translates them. I think
Is anyone watching them?
I think I'm just gonna start using AI software and dub. Like, do you guys want to watch Do Not Worry in Spanish? Here you go, Spanish edition. I'm just gonna use AI software.
¿Deberían los árabes apoyar a Trump? América, entiendan, dejen a los árabes fuera de esta elección. No molesten a sus amigos árabes para que voten. Han visto cosas horribles este año en sus móviles.
I can re-upload all these videos. I can quadruple my earnings.
You sound great in Spanish, Anthony.
Thank you, thank you. We can get. I can get the Spanish crowd. I can get the French crowd. I can get the Asian crowd.
¿Será ella un poco menos mala que Trump? ¿Trump anexará Cisjordania?
No puedo.
Tal vez. No puedo votar por alguien que permitió.
This is crazy, but this is absurd. But yeah, talk about making more money off of YouTube monetization. If I can get this podcast in hundreds of languages and just fucking unleash it on the internet, it will be pretty fucking dope. Well, we're done with the main part of the episode. For patrons, Karine and I are going to record a little extra segment where we're going to talk about like what movies and TV shows we're watching. We're going to review some of the favorite things that we're watching. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, which I'm going to watch at the end of this week. And I want your podcast recommendations. As you guys know, I used to watch a lot of H3. I need something to fill the void, much like you guys are looking. So follow us on Patreon for this fun conversation. Again, we love your support on Patreon and look forward for another Zoom call and Discord call with everyone. We love you guys. So patrons, you get some extra content. For everyone else, this is the end of the episode. So thank you so much for watching. Let me just take a second to thank our new patrons once again. Abductee patrons like Zio Villamina, Batman09, Simo Ayub, RC207. Blonde patrons like Tony Bali, Kara the Gamer Girl from Mars, Ilsham Atni, George Busalah, Paris Ray, Deathwish Dina, and Richard Fairbanks, and our superhero patrons G and Bader. Thank you guys so much for supporting you. It means so much more than you guys know. It makes a massive difference. Keep supporting Lebanon. Keep sharing the news of what's happening here and in Gaza. We love you guys so much. Thank you to our God tier patrons like Rifat Fakih, Elia and Mujabir, Jessica Ann, Jack Sleeman, Sisu Hayek, Dominic Selzer, Tamara Isa, Google Sensors, some superhero patrons like Danny Karam and Rami Elmir, and blonde patrons like Adi and Malik Basha. We love you guys so much. And as always, do not